Hello, boys and girls, men and women of all ages, shapes, and sizes. I am Owen Adams, also known as British Gamer, and this is Simpsons Road Rage, which you may remember, you may not. This is a very old game right now. This is the game kind of famous because Sega had this removed from sale for being a little bit too close to Crazy Taxi. I'm playing this on a Gamecube, and that is kind of why I'm doing this video.
Quit playing those stupid video games, boy. I want to watch
such
TV.
high-tech graphics. So I've been wanting to test out capturing from my Gamecube for a while, and from old consoles in general.
Hall, as joyless plutocrat Montgomery Burns is about to unveil his new line of nuclear-powered buses.
Behold the Burns
like
Atomic
Kent Brockman
Megabus.
talk.
Faster, cheaper, and completely safe.
Please kill me.
Working on it.
That poor man. I hope someone does kill him.
Those radioactive buses are a threat to the public health.
Threat to public
So we obviously have the voice
Give
cast
me
here
an
from the
idea.
show, paired up with some very low polygon
What do you
versions
think?
of themselves.
Just get to the game already.
Yeah, that's how we all feel. Beautiful soundtrack. Alright, so let's fire this up. So this is Simpsons Road Rage. It is a Crazy Taxi clone that was available on the old consoles. I'm gonna load up my save just because why the hell not? Everything's gone quiet now because I turned everything down. I will up the audio while I'm here. I'm gonna play a little bit. I kind of picked this one because, well, quite frankly, I wanted a game I could just do a kind of a one-off with. And just test this recording a little bit. I set the game difficulty to the highest because you get much more cash per ride for this. So let's try this out. But we got Road Rage, which is your basic Crazy Taxi mode. Sunday Drive, you just get to drive around and take a look. And Mission mode, the missions, I'll show you some of them later. But first of all, Road Rage, to give you a sense of the game. So I haven't unlocked a lot of drivers just yet.
Need for speed. And
Beautiful. We have a few little people here. Obviously, Bart Simpson has the Soapbox Racer. Little
I'm Bart
Lightning.
Simpson. Who the hell are you?
Oh no, the Honor Roller. Little Lightning was the first one they built. You probably notice you can barely see their faces. That's because my capture card goes straight from composite video.
Stay out of my way.
So it's a hell of a low-resolution series. Series
Get
output.
ready for electric speed.
This is weird to
Oh,
me because
dear.
obviously this is quite an old Simpsons game. Let's pick one then. Let's go with, yeah, let's go with Lisa's Electaurus. We have here these different arenas. I've unlocked most of these, but let's go with the first one, Evergreen Terrace, for a little play around. This to me feels like quite an old Simpsons game, but all the jokes in it seem very recent. They seem to come from very late in the show, which tells you around about when I stopped watching. I was still a very big Simpsons fan at this time, though, and I would play any Simpsons game I could get my hands on. This was one of two that released in this generation that were
You simpering
above
fool,
average.
Get
The
that
other,
trap off the road.
thank you very much. The other is the other Simpsons driving game. You may remember Simpsons Hit and Run, which I also owned. Come on, there we
I didn't
go.
know you could drive. Cool. To the Quickie Mart at once. You got it.
Got it. So you'll pick up various characters from Springfield. Most of the well-known ones are in here. Didn't need to do that, but why the hell not?
Awesome, man. That was the best ride ever.
You'll be treated to voice acting.
Yar, can you give an old seabird a lift?
Sit back and leave the driving to me.
Of course.
That was efficient.
Me port of call. Yar.
So the sound design is all... Whoa. Krusty's dead there. Just murdered him. Come on, Lisa. Get up the hill.
Where can I take you?
No es facile.
You got it.
Graphics all very simple, as you can tell. Faster you get people to their destination, the more cash they give you. Because why the hell not? Barney Gumble was knocked out there.
You gotta break a
In
few
general
eggs
though,
to
it
make an
aims for
omelet.
kind of a visual style. The consoles weren't quite ready for. I mean, you have the cell shading, but if you look at the hideous aliasing on Lisa's car, it's pretty horrendous. Mind you, it doesn't look that out of
Electric cars only
out
go
of the
so
realm
fast.
of where Crazy Taxi was actually at this point.
Isn't carpooling great?
Can you take me to the Krusty Burger?
If I'm late, they'll deep fry my hand.
Welcome aboard.
And of course, the whole gameplay is lifted so wholesale from Crazy Taxi that there's no way the game could be bad. It plays too much like Crazy Taxi to be bad. And yeah, if I remember rightly, Sega actually sued them for this, and the game was pulled from sale. I'm kind of fortunate in that I played this so much, I really remember
This is the greatest moment of my sad life.
where a lot of the things are. I don't remember the shortcuts as well, but I remember... Oh, hello.
Lisa Simpson, as soon as you're done here, get back to school pronto. Can you take me to the grocery store? They're having a sale on nutmeg.
Don't sit on my handheld.
There we go. Oh, we're running out of time. Oh no, we're just running out of time for Marge.
Think green.
Nice riding with you.
I remember at the time being really impressed that not only was there all this voice
Sure
acting
thing.
by the actual voice actors, but that if you had two characters who, in the show, had a connection, whoa, come on, you would get unique dialogue.
For choosing environmentally friendly transportation.
Thank you for the ride, my friend.
Hop in, fellow commuter.
Can you take me home? Thieves stole my police car.
Can do.
So basically, every time you pick someone up, you get time added to your clock as well, so I was actually getting pretty close to the bone there. But you get enough time to make it pretty much every trip added to your clock whenever you... Oh dear. Whenever you pick a new... I'm stuck! Added to your clock whenever you go. I mean, it's an arcade game, basically. It's very, very true to its roots. The problem as a kid is that I'm saying I remember where all the destinations were. Honestly, I only remember stuff on this map. I never played the other maps. Whoa, no, get back! Damn it!
Mark, hop in. This is the coolest car I've
Now
ever
we're going
seen.
all the way back to the Simpsons
no time
house.
to talk. Just take me home, okay? Sit back and leave the driving to me.
Get him, Smithers.
Oops.
So this is the one kind of area where this game really suffers in comparison to Crazy Taxi. You can't really drive through the whole of Springfield in one go. You can only drive through certain areas at a time.
Lisa Simpson is never tardy. Whoa, that was the coolest.
So there's like Evergreen Terrace, which is this first area here.
Quick, take me to the Quickie Mart. I need wrestling magazines and lottery tickets.
Sure thing.
But if you actually want to get to a lot of other locations, you need to open up like separate parts of the city. And so there's weird stuff like, apparently, the Simpsons live like 2 minutes away from the school,
And here's your tip. Stay in school.
which is kind of odd. And the first one is the best. The first area is come on, do the reverse. Okay, fair enough, we're gonna drive on. The first area is absolutely the strongest. It's got a lot of the best locations. It's the easiest to drive around.
Oh, dude, I'm glad you came along.
Don't sit on my handheld.
And I don't just mean like, oh god, it's easier, therefore... Oh god, I'm doing a lot of damage. It's easier, therefore I like it more. It just feels like it flows a lot smoother.
Get that rust bucket off the road, you idiot.
The reason you can hear Mr. Burns, by the way, is because Mr. Burns' radioactive buses will actually attempt to ram you off the road. Because as you saw in the cutscene at the beginning, we are trying to put the old Mr. Burns out of business. Oh, just hit Marge. Okay, whoa, come on!
Just get me out of here, dude.
Thank goodness for seatbelts. Here we are.
Because
safe
theoretically,
and
you could
sound.
actually, if you were good enough, you could
How do you like my
play
electronics?
this indefinitely.
Got it.
Okay. Destroy things! So once I actually get to the end of this mode, which is doing quite well, I've got quite a high score coming in here. I'll probably switch over to another map. Oh, please tell me I'm gonna make it. 5, 4.
Thanks for choosing
Gas station.
environmentally
Good.
friendly transportation.
You have 4 seconds to pick someone up, though. Hey, we made it.
Where can I take you?
Can you take me home? Thieves stole my police car.
You got it.
I could if I could avoid getting killed.
What's the
The
big
current
idea?
rate does not seem plausible. We also unlock quite a lot of amusing races as we go. I remember really loving a certain car in this game. Mr. Professor Frink's hover car.
Get him, Smithers.
When they actually made Simpsons Hit and Run, which is a Grand Theft Auto clone, they borrowed quite a lot of assets and stuff from this. Oh! But made a much better game with it. So I'd kind of do that one in future. This is more of like a one-episode game. Aliasing. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, let's see. So, here we have a loading screen that looks significantly better than pretty much every other bit of graphics in this game. It's weird when your loading screen is your strongest looking feature, but...
Hey, your rating is...
this should add some money over to our courses here. Now, normally you have to... Ooh, first place. That's because I'm awesome. B... G... Yeah, British Gamer for the win. Right, so this is going to buy us anything. No! 10,000 away from a new vehicle. Alright, so I'll show you one of the other areas here. If you have ever considered playing this game... Oh, no, I won't. If you were interested in playing this game, tough. It's very hard to find right now. I mean, you can probably find it on PS2 cheap, but it will never get a digital release, that's the sad thing. It's not coming. Okay, let's see. Just give you a quick overview of some of the other little cars you can unlock in the future. Can't actually peep at them yet, but lots of stuff coming up. Right. Let's try something else then. Who should we have? It's Soapbox Racer, and we'll do the Entertainment District. One of the other very cool things about this console, this game was, if you actually set the console to different dates within the clock, because this is like the very early era when consoles had like settable dates and times. If you went into the console and changed actually the date settings, well, not even if you changed the date, but on special holidays, on special days, cars would look different. So you could, for example, get
You'll soon learn your lesson, friend.
There we go, gotta let the voice actors have their time. You could get, for example, a New Year's Krusty.
Silly person, would you be able to take me to the nearest dining establishment to Hagen?
All right.
I'll work on it. Professor Frink is not in Evergreen Terrace, so there are, for example, unique people going to unique destinations. Like I say, this area I am a lot less familiar with than, whoops-a-daisy. Whee! Than the other one.
Out of the car, man.
That was faster than the speed of light.
Hi, Nelson.
Shut up and drive, Simpson. Drive me to the pet store. I want an alligator to flush down the toilet.
Fine by me.
Okay, here we go. Now this car is really crazy to control. It's one of the weakest to handle. It's insane. It's also, I mean, it's not very slow, it's pretty fast, but it's also, like, one of the worst when it comes to bumping on things. Funnily enough, when they made Hit and Run... Oh, whoa, get in there!
And here we
they
are.
actually kept the same, like, divisions with the areas. So I often wonder if Hit and Run actually started as a way to, reorganize this game and avoid the lawsuit.
You got it.
Come on! So here, this is the area where you'll find Moe's Bar.
That was the best trip I ever had.
Although that is apparently a strip club. Mo!
Low expectations dating service. What are you looking at?
All right. Chill, man.
Okay. And also like that, if you remember, Lisa's car would actually ram a car off the road if it had to. The Honor Roller does not. If it hits a car, it's going down. It's heading for a spin. Get in there!
Thanks for riding with Bart Simpson Incorporated.
I didn't earn my fast there.
You ever considered working as a wheelman?
Oh, Krusty. Krusty? What am I talking about? Oh, Mo. Forgetting my own Simpsons characters now.
Principal Skinner,
Bart, don't worry. We're both playing hooky today. It's time for another exciting visit to the box factory.
No problemo.
Ooh, okay. I don't remember where that one is, but here it is. Yay!
Don't forget to ride.
One of my favorite Simpsons episodes with the box factory.
Hi, Mom.
Bart, drive defensively.
No problemo.
Oh, thank heaven.
I don't know if you actually saw this.
Why do you keep hitting everything?
Come on. Marge does not like a bumpy ride. Marge is literally waiting for us under the ice cream stall, where Maggie hides in the episode where Maggie goes missing. Which I've forgotten which one that is, what it's called. It's that episode where Marge goes on vacation on her own.
Get out of the car, man.
See, the only reason I'm playing this is an opportunity to show my encyclopedic Simpsons knowledge. Okay, whoa!
Come on, just a few more
Didn't last
seconds.
quite as long in there, like I say. That is a tougher level, and a tougher car to drive. hopefully we can unlock a new vehicle while we're here, because there's one I really enjoy, which is Moe's car, which is beat up to all hell, but has this really satisfying engine noise. Very addictive.
Hey, your rating is...
Reckless.
Of course it is. Didn't get any high scores this time. For shame. We can probably break that 75 though, I think.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. I'm Too Good to Ride the Bus. I hope you asphyxiate on your exhaust fumes and die a horrible death.
Charming man. Alright. Let's see. Trying to think if I should show a mission as well. I see the missions, they're not really worth mentioning. They're just like hit 5 things within the arenas. I'd much rather show you a different car in one of the next areas. The Springfield Dam, this one I do like. Terrible at it, because this one's very sparse. There's lots of very big gaps between customers in this one. But I do enjoy this one, because the scenery's kind of different. It's probably the most unique one there is.
What's the meaning of this? Throw that infernal contraption in the landfill and ride my bus.
USA!
There's the Stonecutters building.
Let's do this thing!
Jazz station, please. Hey, a man can't live on heavy metal alone, can he?
The what now?
Alright, now, Homer Simpson's car. Whoa!
Oh, I swallowed my gum!
Damn it! Homer Simpson's car has a hell of a spin on it. It actually gets quite a bit of speed when you get going. But it also gets a lot of air over jumps like that. It's a very tricky car to control at times, but it's one of the most striking, I guess, because it has that classic pink look. It's a good all-rounder. I think over the years, this is probably the car I've used the most.
Thanks for the lift, dude.
It's always the one I used to prefer as a kid, just because Homer's fun.
Candy.
Home for the mildly interesting. This better be good.
Damn straight!
I'm going the wrong way. Funnily enough, this is another area where Simpsons Road Rage and Simpsons Hit and Run have a little bit of overlap, because they both turn this car, for some reason, into a convertible.
Better be late. Hurry it up.
Whee! Squeezing through here. Oh, the bus is coming for me!
Get him, Smithers. You haven't seen the last of me.
The beacon!
Would you like a receipt? Too bad!
Thanks for the lift.
Right, who's this? Marge!
Hi, Marge!
Get in the car, Marge.
Be careful, okay? I'm so tired from all this rushing around. Take me to Rancho Relaxo.
Whatever.
I'm never gonna get through here without hitting 3 cars. I do like that concept though. Quite often you'll pick up people with special requirements. They don't just want to get there within a certain time, I fell off the bridge. It's going well. They just want to get there in a certain time. They don't want to hit anything. They don't want to have a... Okay. This is a hell of a shortcut. I really hope Rancho Relaxo's this way. It is! If I can get her there in 15 seconds, we're all good to go. We're gonna make it! We're gonna make it!
That's the spicy meatball!
Nice riding with you.
Got our bonus seconds. Come on, pick someone up.
It's crashing time!
Get in, Professor Frank.
Silly person. Primary reason that you are picking me up right now is that according to the laws of physics, I do not occupy 2 different spaces at the same time.
You have any barf bags? I don't
Professor
feel
Frank
so
always
good.
has something amusing to say, of course. Because he's Professor Frank. Right, let's see. Whee! Come on, I want to make sure we get to $6,000. Oh. That happened again.
Whoa!
It's worth mentioning. The camera angle's really screwing us here. Wait, this is gonna send us right back to where I came. Oh dear, I want to get to at least $6,000 because... Come on, come on! That's how much it's going to cost us to unlock a new car. Pretty much have to do this route from scratch now. This is where we picked him up. I don't think we're getting that $6,000, I'll be honest. Gotta get as much as I can.
What do you mean, game over?
Boo! Not my best performance. Like I say, I am much, much better at Evergreen Terrace than just about every other track in this game. And I'm going to show you another one. Because I'm nice like that. Because it's sort of my job here,
Hey,
that's what I do.
your rating is...
Reckless.
Yay! How close is this going to get us? Not close enough. Alright, well at least we're going to get it next time. Every time you hit one of those little landmarks, you can unlock something, either a car or a new area to drive in. I've been focusing in areas just because I wanted to show as many as possible in this little game. And I didn't want to be driving just to unlock them all. Because the cars are fun, but the areas, they show a lot more of Springfield. Who should we have next? Let's do Grandpa and his Shriner's card. Alright, next one we got... I haven't unlocked the mountains yet, but we got Downtown and the nuclear power plant. What should we do? Let's do the power plant. That's an iconic Simpsons location, or so I have been led to believe. We can make that work. A downtown. You can always go. Loading screens.
How dare you clutter the roadways with that piece of rubbish?
Thanks so much.
Oh, I sure hope I don't fall asleep at the wheel. Get in the bloomin' car already.
Ugh, I've had enough of those kids.
Do you have my pills?
Oh god. I remember the car being like this. God damn it.
Didn't think we were gonna make it, did you?
See you around.
This is ridiculously fast.
Hop in, you
Turns on a dime.
Time's a wasting.
Hey, hey!
To the left arm. Chris.
Now shut up and drive.
It wasn't
Sit
good.
down and
Whoa.
shut up.
What the hell? I'm totally going the wrong way. There's only one way around there. It's because that arrow changes way early.
I just hit something.
Yeah, I ain't getting there in time. I can try though.
Hey.
Sorry, Krusty. I'm an old man in a go-kart. What do you expect?
You wouldn't get me to work today. No talking while I'm driving.
Oh dear. I'm just gonna assume this will get me here. I really don't remember this one at all, actually. This is the first time I've played this since I hooked up the
That
Gamecube.
was the best trip I ever had.
I don't remember this location even a little bit. Uh-oh.
Ow, my metal skull!
Damn you radioactive buses.
Diggity.
To the power plant, please. Ah, those turbines are like poetry in motion.
I'm afraid of the future.
Get him, Smithers.
Oh, Principal Skinner's a weenie. Don't get him. He came to bring peace and love.
There you go.
Well, that was adequate.
All right, I'll work the pedals and you steer.
Millhouse.
Coming up, Millhouse!
Sit down and shut up.
Millhouse said my favorite Simpsons line.
You'll regret this.
Run along now.
Thanks for the lift!
Isn't that beautiful? Millhouse doesn't look anything like Millhouse, of course.
You're with Abe now.
Fine piece of machinery you got there.
Back in my day, we called sandwiches Flat Freddy. They cost 4 playing cards a bite.
Come on. Oh, I thought we were gonna do that. Okay, I'm almost stuck. This is not gonna go well.
Would somebody
Damn you,
tell
Grandpa.
me what just happened?
We can get a lard lead donut though. Look, we've stopped just by the donut shop. Alright, so we're gonna unlock a new car, and then I think I'll do another little arena, and then I will end that there. Because I think I've lost the ability to speak, but I've also shown you a lovely little bit of all that is Simpsons Road Rage.
Hey, hey!
Like I
your
say, this is
rating
just an
Destructo.
experiment. And want to see how interested people are in seeing some of these older games, because I know that this is actually not that common a game. I mean, I'm not the first person to do a Let's Play of it by any stretch. But I know a lot of people didn't really get a chance to play this one before it was removed from sale, so it was nice. Nice to do something a bit different. And also, this is not going to be a series, you know, it's going to be just a one-off. Alright, we get to pick a new car. What should we have? I'm going to go with Moe's sedan. I love this car.
Now, Moose, get out of here. Scram. Hey, it isn't mine, I swear.
Even has the flower on, if you remember that episode of The Simpsons. Beautiful. Alright, well, I'll do the last little district, downtown. I'll try not to die so ridiculously. I'll try not to get a game over as quickly as I did that time. And we'll see what we can do. If you would like to see more of this game, do leave a comment and I'll try and unlock some more races and show off a little bit more of it if you're interested, but let me know. Or if you'd like to see me do Simpsons Hit and Run, which is a much more in-depth story game. I'd be willing to give a go of all these things. Today I'm just kind of testing out the capture card. Oh look, it's the sugar truck
Another day, another
behind me.
pile.
You see that? Oh, it's gone. Fair enough.
Hey, what are you looking at?
Dentist, please. I swallowed my last tooth.
You got it.
I love this big, deep, rattly engine noise. It's so ridiculous. I know it's supposed to sound like his muffler's gone or something, but it's hilarious. All the same. Where the hell are we? Weirdly driven through a street there where everyone's hanging out the laundry.
I'm driving here. So long, loser.
Oh.
My problem with this area is I'm not entirely sure which part of Springfield it's supposed to be.
Can you give an old seabird a lift? Just shut up and let me drive, okay?
I think the only thing that could have really made this game a lot better is if they just combined all the areas into one enormous one.
Alright, get out of the car now, please. Yar. Thanks.
Maybe that would have led to like massive loading screens or something. This was an interesting time, the early 2000s for licensed games.
Military antique store. Desire plus
It was sort of around the time they were getting good, but not very good. I mean, they certainly weren't appallingly bad. But this one, I mean, this was one of the first I remember being really good, because prior to this, on the PS1, there was a game called Simpsons Wrestling. And that game was awful. Awful, like impossible to play. Just impossibly bad, incredibly ugly, and atrocious. And I bought that. I bought that game and played it and hated it. Absolutely hated it. So when I got this one, I was honestly expecting it to be the same kind of thing. This is worlds away from Simpsons Wrestling and Simpsons snowboarding or skateboarding. That was another one, wasn't it? All these terrible licensed games came out this time. This one actually really seemed to be trying to get it right.
Just shut up and let me drive, okay?
I used to play a lot of licensed games as well, I will admit. Like, I was the guy in my early teens, most of the games I played were licensed games. It was all about this, and it was all about Spider-Man games.
There you go.
One of my favorite Gamecube games was actually the first Spider-Man the Movie game. A lot of people like Spider-Man 2, and that's a great game, but Spider-Man the Movie 1 is just a really great action arcade, platformer brawler type game. And I was a big fan of that movie as well, that first Tobey Maguire movie.
Adios, yeah.
Thought we weren't going to get it there.
Maybe driving
But we did it.
Huh? Why not try heart surgery instead?
Yeah, we squeezed in one more little drive. I played that as well, actually, the Spider-Man the Movie game. Because that's another one that hasn't been as well covered. This is just the kind of thing I'm doing now. Well, I'm sorry. Whoa, he's gonna die.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
This is the kind of thing I'm trying to go for. Now I'm not playing Minecraft on the weekends as much. I just want to try out a few different things, you know. Try different games. Try and see something that gels. So, yeah. If you want to leave comments, let me know the kind of games you'd like to see me do on these little sort of 20-minute plays of games. I'd be willing to give almost anything a go if I can obtain a copy.
Destructive.
Alright. How are we doing? Thought that was pretty fun. Scores, give me your precious scores.
Blast your hide to Hades, you meddling fool.
He really has anger issues. Alright, well, I'm gonna wrap up there because, hey, what else can I really show you in this time? My name is Owen Adams, also known as British Gamer. This is Simpsons Road Rage. If you want me to play some more, like I say, leave a comment, or if there are any other old Gamecube games that are not any of the massively rare ones, but, you know, you'd like to give me a word that you'd like to see me... What am I talking about? If you would like me to play them, then tell me, and I will be happy to see if I can find a copy. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe. Check out my Twitter and my Facebook page, all that usual stuff. And I'll get out of here. Until next time, bye-bye!